Hello, David.
James Farley. He's
Right.
the man with the massive butt.
Where are you going with that?
Massive butt. Just, I was thinking of that song before I called you. Is that all right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. It's not the worst thing you've ever done, for this.
No, I think it's probably the best.
Really?
Isn't it? I think it's up there.
Middling, I'd say. Yeah.
Very, very average.
Mm.
James, we need to talk about rules for this thing.
What do you mean?
We need to set some new rules because something happened that we need to sort. Right, you're not allowed to tell me what you think of these films before I see them anymore.
No, well, that only happened slightly, didn't it?
No, you actively told me from the start of this that you didn't like this film.
Okay, in that case, you've got to just stop talking about all these films constantly with everybody. Well, in the group, you just keep talking about them now, and it's like, of course, that's going to invite conversation.
But no one had seen this film, so this definitely stemmed from you. Right, so here we go. To be honest, right, my first note here is, to be honest, none of us are up for this one. Joe wanted to skip it and said, this film has got 5 minutes to be good, and Harry said he has no interest in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can only imagine... I don't know where Harry's got that from, because I haven't told Harry what you say. So, I don't know why he was, dead against this. It's just a bit of a boring character name, right?
Exactly, because it looks rubbish, doesn't it? It doesn't. It's not very exciting at all.
No.
Yeah.
This was a weird film.
It's a weird film, and honestly, I watched this back, and you see, in terms of skipping it, you can, but then also, what's really annoying about this is Doctor Strange is a very important character later on with things that happen.
Okay, fine.
So you kind of need to see the origins of the character.
I like right. Okay. Should we Sorry.
Well, this is the problem, because can I just say straight up, I kind of hate this film.
Really? I don't. Yeah. I don't hate it.
I just thought it was really tedious.
Yeah, there's some really rough stuff in it. I certainly. I think Here's a couple of things that I'll say up front. I think it's an advantage to watch this film after watching all of them in quick succession like this.
Yeah,
because I think it is quite a welcome change of pace.
Well, it's certainly that. It's really boring.
And then I don't think it... Yeah, it's weird, right? Oh, should we go through my notes?
No, go on, just give an overall, go on, because it is interesting.
No. I think it does a lot of stuff that it doesn't need to do, but then leaves out stuff that it needs to do. There's... I found that towards the end of this film, I didn't even know what the rules were between the different realms or whatever it was, dimensions or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I didn't even know what was physical, what was not, why doing one thing in one place could affect another. It didn't really work for me, I don't think, the setup.
Mm-hmm. Also, I was just looking at the cast list before this, before we did this, right? And I just looked at this and thought, out of the main cast list, of how many people? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's about 11 or 12 people that are billed as on as main cast kind of thing.
Right.
I only remember about 3 of them. I don't know who any of these other people are, and because they're just not interesting.
Yeah. Also, I feel that the bad guy in this was so generic. It's a bad guy again. We needed a new bad guy for these films, so here's one.
Yeah.
Didn't you feel?
And it doesn't give any kind of real thing of why, why he's doing it, but there's not any. It's just, it's really generic. It's the way.
But then it does a lot of good things, I think. So we'll get to them, because I think maybe we will argue over a couple of things.
I just think he's a generally unlikable character is the problem, and
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and the trouble is he's an arsehole most of the time, and it's Tony Stark was an arsehole, but at least he kind of had charisma. Whereas I don't feel like it. He did. He's got a lot more charisma than Doctor Strange has got. He's just a dick the whole time.
I think he changes towards the end. There's a little bit of an arc. Why are we doing this? Right.
Oh, okay, go on. Just go on. Get on with it.
I put about Harry not having no interest in Doctor Strange. I hope this turns out to be a nice surprise. I suppose it was. I don't know. Right? Okay. Opening with what looks like monks with superpowers. Don't get the opening. I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about that? We'll talk about that later. I did not understand. Looking back on this, I thought, what was the opening about? Because later on, the ancient one, that's the ancient one, right? In that fight. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Fighting the ultimate bad guy in this film.
Yes.
Right? Or not the ultimate bad guy, but the main bad guy in this film.
Yeah, it's where they're coming to steal the stuff.
But why does she act? Yeah, he comes to steal the work, right? Yeah, he comes to steal those pages, right? But why does she act like she's never seen him before later on in the film?
I don't know.
That's weird, right?
Yeah. It's very strange.
Right, okay. It's Doctor Strange. Okay, fine. Start with a decapitation. Mm-hmm. I recognise the bloke that did that. Are we supposed to know him? So this is the bad guy decapitating the old librarian, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something to do with these books is what I've put. Right, okay. So we've not met this bad guy before in any of the films, right?
No.
I had a thought the other day as well. I was sure that Red Skull Man from the Captain America films wasn't dead and that he was going to come back.
No, he's dead.
That's weird. Like, the way he dies is not like a normal death, is it? He sort of gets zapped up into space.
I know, but what do you want me to say at this point, Dave? You know, it's like you don't want me to ruin things.
Right, okay, all right, fine. Yeah. But he's dead. Well, I just assumed we'd never heard from it. Okay, whatever.
Well, he's not really dead, but you know, it's
what
just,
the fuck?
Exactly. It's a different person. It's like a whole thing. We'll get to it. You know.
Okay, he's a different person.
No, it's like
okay, all right,
it's not a different person.
All right,
although it's a different actor.
Shut up.
You know, go on.
Right, okay. Right. Oh, ha. This is like the Village. They just ran out into London. Well, they didn't actually. They set a portal. I didn't know about portals at this point. There's been a fair bit of London in these films, isn't there?
Yeah. I think it was because there was tax cuts. I think at this point for filming in London. And
you said that about 8 films ago. Well, how many tax cuts have there been?
No, Dave. These films have all come out over the space of about 3 years.
Oh yeah, good point.
It's like
good point.
It's mad. Yeah.
Well, no, because the first time we were in London was Thor.
Okay, The Dark World was in 2013. This is in 2016. So it's 3 years.
Wow, really? Oh my God, that's mad. That's
what I'm saying.
That's mad. It feels like it's taken me 3 years to watch them.
No. I mean, some years there's like about 3 or 4 films come out in 1 year. It's mad.
Is it too? Does anyone like at any point just go, "Is this too much"?
No, okay, 3 or 4 is not really accurate, but okay, 2 to 3 like tops, like in a year, but that is quite a lot. Like that's quite a lot of films that come out.
Do you ever sit there and just go, "This is I'm done"? Like, is there a point where you're now going, "I'm done with this"?
I don't think so. I mean, with Doctor Strange, I kind of felt like that, but in general, though,
there's a new Doctor Strange film just about to be released, isn't it? Or no, it's out now, isn't it?
It's just come out. Yeah.
Are you going to go and see it?
I'm going to go and see it. Yeah. Although I read a review of it earlier, and
Oh, so, really? Yeah. Oh, shut up!
Exactly. I can't say anything about anything.
You didn't need to tell me that you read a review earlier, and you didn't need to say anything.
I just said, I didn't say.
Oh, fuck off, James. Right, okay. Now we're in the Matrix. I love this stuff, to be honest with you.
Yeah, all that stuff looks pretty cool.
Yeah, like looks incredible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Harry's put. Harry said at this point, "I don't understand who the bad guy is here," and he has a point. It wasn't very clear who's the bad guy. It's just 2 groups of people chasing each other, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although one of them did decapitate someone, so probably indication that that's the bad guy.
I mean, I'll ask. I mean, was Lucian not his favourite character?
Which was
or Nicodemus West, or maybe Jonathan Pangborn. You know, like
who are these people?
These are all billed as like main characters.
Say the third one again.
Nicodemus West.
No, that wasn't it.
Sorry, Jonathan Pangborn. Yeah.
Jonathan Pangborn.
Yeah.
Can you just make one up? Go on.
No, I can't. Not off the top of my head. No, I nearly just said Roger Daltrey, and that's a real person.
Okay, We're just having a indulgence. It's fine. Right. Oh my God. He's actually a doctor. Why?
Oh, he's a real doctor, yeah.
Why is that a surprise to me? I mean, it was a cool surprise, but still weird that I didn't even consider the fact that he's a real doctor on Earth. Like, that's why he's called Doctor Strange. Well, no, he's called Doctor Strange because his name is Doctor Strange. That's
but then
bad,
also, this is one of the other things that they cut out of this that I think they should have left in that was from the comics that would have made this better as well. Because originally, he had a younger sister who died when he was young, and this was the thing that motivated him to becoming a doctor. And so there's like a strong reason for why he wants to become this surgeon like this.
Why do you want him? Okay.
Because I think it's good to have some motivation rather than him just being an arse.
That might be covered in future films, James. Yeah, okay, that's probably covered in future films. I don't know. I when I saw him, it looked like an episode of Casualty or whatever. Holby City. I was like, really wasn't expecting this.
It's also, but didn't you also get the sense of it's like, oh, we're back in the hospital again? It seemed to happen about 3 or 4 times where they seem to end up back in a hospital again.
Yeah, they do go back to a hospital, but then they sort of make a joke about that, though, don't they?
Kind of.
They do. Yeah. They totally make a joke about it. Oh, don't be too down on it. Like, all right. Okay. Okay, I didn't even think of that. Something about a bullet in someone's head. We're not following because Joe is just listing films that Rachel McAdams has been in. I was like, I know her. She was like, yeah, she was in this. And I'm like, the film's still going on. And I'm going, okay, all right, no, I get it. Okay, Wedding Crashers, right, fine.
She was going to be Pepper Potts, They tried to cast her for it, but she didn't want it.
She didn't want it?
No.
Do you reckon she regretted that?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not now, because at least she's in it now.
What's the character's name in this? What's her name in this, David?
Karen. No. Karen McPhil. Karen McPhilm.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, yeah.
You've absolutely nailed that. What is her name in it?
Christine Palmer.
Okay. These are real basic names,
I know.
They are basic names. Also, could you imagine, becoming a superhero, but your superhero is just your name? Like mine would be Mr. Turner. What a shit superhero. Oh my God, come and save us, Mr. Turner. It's Dr. Farley. And you with your arms crossed. Someone will do this. Someone will mock this up as opposed to Unite. You with your arms crossed, looking straight ahead, all different characters behind you, and it's Dr. Farley across the bottom.
doing the sign or something, with the hands.
Oh God, that was a bit cringe, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm not into wizards. I don't think that helps matters either. Right, okay. Doctor Strange is not a hugger, is what I've put down there. Fine. Right. Okay. This line, right? This is a quote from Doctor Strange. I'm speaking at a thing tonight. Come with me. I said, people who speak like this exist, but I don't know how. Where? It's a personality that I've never understood. Where have you been in your life to be able to talk to someone like that? I don't get it.
What, as in just being so sort of so self-absorbed like that?
Well, no, it's just a wank thing to say. You just go, oh, I'm speaking at this thing tonight. Do you want to come? It'd be really cool if you were there. That's how you talk to people. You don't go, I'm speaking at a thing tonight. Come with me. You fucking snake.
I told you he's an arse.
Yeah, he is an arse. Right, okay. And then I put, so Doctor Strange is loaded then. This was when we saw his massive...
You see all his watches.
Apartment, all his watches, yeah. They love the watches. Well, I mean, he's driving like a total twat, so really, I'm glad it ended up like that. Well, actually, not his hands thing, but still.
That was grim as well.
It was grim.
It was horrible.
The slow motion of his hands going into the dashboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we really need to see that? I guess not.
It's not just that. It's when he wakes up in the hospital.
Wow, this is... Yeah. I put, wow, Doctor Strange is a total prick, isn't he? Because, this was when Sally Sugarmill was sitting next to him in the hospital and he was just being horrible to her.
Yeah.
He was just saying just horrible things the moment he woke up. Oh, no, that was it. He said to the doctors, what have you done to me? Oh, well, because the tendons about they couldn't have done any better. I could have done better. Shut up, Doctor Strange. Shut up. I could have done better than this.
Yeah. You ruined me. It was like you ruined me.
Yeah, I think you ruined yourself, mate, when you were driving like a bellend. Yeah? Driving like a total bellend. Right, okay. Harry's struggling to watch all the hand recovery stuff, oddly enough.
Yeah, because it was horrible. Especially, with all the metal stuck in his hands and everything.
See,
as well.
The metal stuff he didn't care about. It was that weird glove thing with the rings on where you had to stretch.
Oh, yeah.
Harry really didn't like that.
I know, because that was kind of horrible, because that was pretty good acting in the sense of, like, you could look like you could feel the pain, from doing that. It was horrible.
I was sitting there and feeling Doctor Strange's pain. Yeah. My hands were throbbing while watching this film, David. My hands were throbbing.
They were. I was sitting there thinking, pain.
And then I went and ordered one of those hand device things on Amazon. Yeah. It just like really connects right now with Doctor Strange. Right, okay. Doctor Strange smashes his laptop, right, because his surgeon said he wouldn't operate on his hands. So this is when he's like having a voice call, Zoom conversation, and he says, "No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You've been through enough. There's nothing we can do to help. It's the end of the road." And then he smashes his laptop up, and Harry said, "Well, at least he can do that with his hands."
Yeah. That's a good point. It's
not a good point, Harry. I mean, there's a difference between smashing things up with your fists and doing delicate surgery.
But you must have done even worse damage to them doing that. It's stupid.
Yeah, going back to recovery or whatever, and then just going, why is there a space bar inside your hand now?
Why did you smash up a computer?
Yeah, why did you do that? That wasn't on your exercise list. You shouldn't have done. Straight up, this is not how I thought this film would go. It's probably the darkest opening out of all of them so far.
Yeah, I think it is. It's darker than even like Incredible Hulk and stuff like that.
Way darker than Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
It's really weird how like gritty it is at the start, isn't it? Yeah. Considering how wacky it gets towards the end.
So that's why, when I was rewatching it, I was just thinking, like the whole time I was just thinking, I don't know what David and Harry are going to be thinking of this. I was just thinking, because it's just horrible. Like, it is very grim, like through a lot of the opening.
Well, I'll tell you what Harry was thinking during this, because the next note I've got is a quote from him. He's rich. How can he be sad? I'm starting to think Harry hasn't quite got the point of this so far.
He's got all those watches. It's still fun.
I love Harry, but you want the honest answer, he totally tuned out throughout this. Like, this was not his bag at all. As you say, it's too slow, too dark. He was not interested in Doctor Strange whatsoever.
That's totally understandable.
Yeah, I kind of get it, because this is really it's got a few good gags in it, but not enough. It doesn't get like properly funny until the cloak turns up, right?
Yeah, it's not a gag film though, like really.
No, but it's got one of the best gags in any of these films in it.
Really?
Yeah, I'll get to it. Hold on. Yeah. Strange has been told about. I've written cameltage down here. Is that how it's pronounced?
It's is it cameltage? Yeah, I think it is.
Cameltage.
Yeah,
the bloke wearing the black leather suit thing sticks out a bit for someone who seems to be trying to blend in. So this is when Doctor Strange is like walking about, isn't he? Mm-hmm. And then he's following him. The guy with a black like leather robe is like following him.
Yeah.
And then like but it looks like he's trying to like blend in with the crowd. And it's like, but you're wearing a big black leather robe, mate. Like,
it's all in like really good condition. It all looks.
yeah. Looks like it's just been bought from the black leather robe shop. Right. Okay. Strange gets mugged. Why did he say that the watch was all he had left? He had loads left.
He had loads of watches. Yeah.
But to be fair, we work out what he meant. Right. It's all he had left of his. Was his mother or his wife? Jesus, I've forgotten.
I thought it was the girlfriend.
The girlfriend then. Yeah, the girlfriend. Yeah. It's
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, it's all he had left of her because she bought it for him or something. I can't remember. Who gives a shit?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, man, this is really disheartening, this one.
I know, because this is the problem, because it's just not very interesting.
It gets interesting towards the end. I'm still going to I'm going to turn this one around. I'm going to turn this call around, I'm telling you. Right. Astral dimension being explained. So this is where Strange goes up and meets the Ancient One. They have a bit of a conversation. I thought this was quite good. Really, really liked this scene. Just the argument between medical and bullshit science.
Yeah, and the explanation I thought was quite good, and I thought that
stuff was okay. This bit was, I was firing up with this. Doctor Strange then goes full Artful Escape. That's a video game. If just search the Artful Escape and watch like the opening to that, and it is basically what Doctor Strange goes through at this bit. So this is where he gets punched in the chest, and then he sort of like detaches from his body.
Yeah, his not soul, but you know what I mean. His spirit like comes out, doesn't it?
Yeah, he experiences the astral dimension for the first time. Right? Okay. I'll be honest. I love all this weird shit. I put how many memes have been made out of this bit.
Not that many, actually.
Really? Because it was so stupid. Like, there's bits where he's just going, like wobbling back and forth and then like appearing in various different places and that. Mm-hmm. I thought that would have been all over the place. Okay. And then I put, I'd love to have seen this being filmed without all the effects. Like, is it just Benedict? You
mean him just going mad?
Yeah, it's just him just like sitting on a chair and then filming him just going... Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd love to see the raw footage of that. Hopefully that's on the DVD. Right, okay. Chucking Strange out. So after all of this explanation, this was weird. Like, I get it, chuck him out. Fully understood why the Ancient One chucked him out. But why put him through all that then if you're going to just chuck him out at the end of it? I
mean... Okay, so she chucked him out because he hadn't like fully engaged with the whole thing, but then she knew he was going to come back. You know that was part of the test.
No, she didn't.
The test was being chucked out.
No, she didn't. She was surprised. She was surprised because it was the other guy, wasn't it, that said, "Oh, he's been waiting outside for 5 hours," and she was like huffing about it.
No, I think it was a test. That was all the test. She knew he was coming back.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't think she did. What about that?
I think she did.
Okay, well, let's agree to disagree. Wi-Fi password gag. One of the best gags in these films, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
Completely destroyed by it was in the fucking trailer.
Was it?
Yeah.
So I didn't see the trailer.
Why would you put it in the trailer? I said, Shane, that was spoiled in the trailer, as it's a really cracking joke. When he sort of hands him a little card with like some like word on it, long word on it. It's like, oh, is this what, like my mantra or whatever? Yeah. It's the Wi-Fi password. I thought that was really funny. Mm-hmm. But when I saw the joke last week watching the trailer, it kind of ruined that moment.
Yeah, but it's because there's not a lot of gags in the film, is there? So they probably just like, we got to put something in there.
Not a lot of gags, no. The comedy falls flat in this one. Oh, that's what he meant by it's all I have regarding the watch. Fair play. I haven't written down what it was. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Adele reference there. Oh, he's continuing with the single name references. Okay. Yeah. Very poor. Like this bit, trying to get modern day references into the film in, because that's the gag, isn't it? Yeah. It's the fact that he's from the real world. The librarian isn't. So he's representing the viewer watching in this sort of like ancient sort of environment, and everyone's like talking in this very particular way, and there's these magic books and this librarian, and there's this mystique over everything, and he's going, oh, Adele, because the librarian's just got a single name. That's where the gag was, right? It's
a kind of like a reverse California Man again that you got here. You know, like, you know, someone coming into like, you know, a different environment, you know, and like, you know,
After you hating my California Man references, you are now fully on board with California Man references, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
we are totally going to do a California Man watch along to top this off. What we've got to do, we've got to watch that at the end of this.
Dave, I watched half of that film.
Well, you got the other half to watch,
it's appallingly bad.
and then maybe we could do it on Twitch, because you know you could do like watch-alongs on Twitch if it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, if it's on, I think it was on Amazon Prime as well.
There we go.
It's a terrible film.
We'll watch a California Man, and we'll watch Howard the Duck. They're the two films we got to watch together. Okay. Right, okay. I wonder if you got this as well. The library is giving me massive Shenmue vibes.
Really?
Yeah, because there's the bit where he's just like, do you remember that bit in Shenmue? I can't remember if it was 1 or 2, where you have to sort the books out in the library for ages.
Yeah.
And you're there with that helper.
That was in the second one. It was airing out the books, wasn't it?
Oh, God, it was so bad. It just, I don't know why it made me think of that. I think it was just, the surroundings plus the books. I think that's all it takes, James, for me to have flashbacks of Shenmue 2.
You just see books.
One of the worst games I've ever played. Right. Actually, then I played Shenmue 3. Woo!
That wasn't great. You never even finished that, did you?
No, I tapped out of that. That was awful. I'm enjoying this. It's a bit slow, a bit plodding. Nothing has really happened. But I guess it's a nice change of pace after watching 13 of these films. And it was at this point. It wasn't, hey, good guy, bad guy, running around, action scene. It felt like there was something a little bit more to it. But then, it does fall off a cliff, probably from this point, actually.
But it's just also because there's not really, like, sort of snappy dialogue. There's not really... The characters are not, as I said, they're not particularly interesting, I don't feel, that you really want to spend time with them either. It's just lacking so much.
It is lacking that sort of, it's lacking the snappy dialogue. They try it, but it's all got to go through Doctor Strange, and we already don't like him, because what has he done so far is been horrible to everyone he's met.
He's just been horrible to everybody.
He's been horrible to everyone he's met. He's driven like a bellend. He then shouted at the surgeons that saved his life. Then he shouted at his girlfriend, like in his apartment, like said some really nasty shit to her. Then he turned up at this place and just disagreed with everything everyone said.
Yeah, it's everything that he does is entirely self-serving. And just so that's why he's not a very...
he's a bit like you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
You're very welcome.
It's just not nice. That's quite hurts.
Truth hurts, mate. Yeah? Truth hurts.
Rick.
Drop him, see? That was self-serving. Dropping him off at Mount Everest, okay? Gotta say, I do like the librarian. And do you know what's really weird? So that librarian's been all over my Twitter feed.
Really?
This week. Yeah, have you not seen, like, on Twitter, it's like the suggested tweet. No, it's like the adverts or whatever. And it's Doctor Strange standing next to the librarian.
It's next to Wong,
Yeah, and it was like, okay. Right, okay. Okay, so they're pitching themselves as the Magic Avengers. That line made me cringe a little bit.
Yeah.
The Avengers, they protect the physical world, but we protect
we do the magic.
We do Go on, do your voice that you do when you do. Explain that, go on, in your geeky voice that you do.
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
You do this voice. Have you not picked up on this when you're taking a piss out of this sort of stuff? You go, the Avengers, they protect the physical world, but we do the magic. That's the one. We do the magic one. Oh, do you? Yeah. Right, okay. Is that much of a threat? Because we haven't heard of you guys, and the Avengers been doing loads of stuff. You see the fucking city that lifted up. Yeah, but Paul Daniels was getting out of control.
Incident with David Copperfield.
What have you been doing? I was like, David Blaine was going to go on Good Morning Britain. We had to stop that just in case people saw the magic. Anyway, pick a card. I don't want to pick a card.
Yuri Geller. Oh dear.
Was this your card? It was. Yeah, I know.
It's magic.
It's magic. But the Avengers, they have just. Honestly, there's a guy called Ultron showed up, and he was like, they defeated him. They were going to nuke New York City. Look at my hat. It's an empty hat. Just pull out a rabbit now. Okay, here we go then. Bad dude let off some sort of bomb. Not really sure what his problem is, to be honest. What was this?
A bomb?
Yeah, he lets off a bomb somewhere, doesn't he? It's like a magic bomb. I don't know, who gives a fuck. Right, Strange being attacked. Gag where one of his shields doesn't work. Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah.
Nothing's hitting, is it?
You're talking about the stuff. Okay, this is in the house, right? When he's
protecting the house at this point.
He also kills someone as well, like during this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that's I know that, but that's later, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where he's like finally starting to use his magic properly.
Mm-hmm.
So he's bringing up like there was that whole thing about pick your weapon, and I thought at some point we were going to see him with a badass weapon. Did we?
He gets a cloak.
He gets his cloak, yeah. Right.
Mm.
I'm not sure the fighting really works. I mean, it looks amazing, but in the context of the film, I don't really know what's possible, who's powerful, and where it's going. Yeah. And I think that's its biggest failing, this film.
Well, they've all got the same kind of abilities, haven't they, is the thing. You know,
they have. There's nothing that sets him apart from the others, really, other than he seemed to be... other than the time stuff towards the end.
It's the Infinity Stone is the thing that changes everything.
Right, okay, we need to get to that. Time. Okay, the cloak moment was cool, though. We like that. Yeah, we like the cloak turning up. The cloak's got a bit of personality. It's probably the best thing in the film, right? The cloak.
Definitely more personality than Jonathan Pangborn.
Yeah. Poor Pangborn. The locking suit is amazing. Oh, that was amazing. Where he chucked that.
Also, it looked horrible as well.
Yeah, it really did, but it looked amazing as well. It looked like an Iron Man suit gone wrong, didn't it? Proper locked him down.
It looked, I mean, especially like with over the mouth as well and all that. And but it's also, that was the thing that I found most kind of like visually kind of upsetting about this film was this stuff. Like they really went to town with like the sort of horrible metal things, sort of like manipulating bodies. No, just like the way it was like, because I don't know actually.
I think you might have.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, like, is it the thing like of like hinges and stuff like that gets you?
No, it's the thing of like metal being stuck through people and things like that. Like not in a knife way. Like like at the beginning when he had
in a knife way.
Not in a knife way. At the beginning when he had his hands with all those all the metal stuck in
the
them.
pins. Yeah,
that upsets me. Like when I see that, it always makes me feel horrible.
Really,
like, when I see that, yeah, that always disturbs me.
So what is it? Yeah, but that nothing's going through his body in that suit.
No, but it's the restriction. It's like the fact that you can't move, and it's just like you've been locked down. It's just horrible. No, I'm not actually. Yeah, I don't suffer from that. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I don't. Right. Okay. Well, let's not go into our fears because that's just a stupid thing to go into over this podcast. Let's get back to our notes.
It just looked horrible.
Yeah, it did. Oh my! Strange stabbed. The cloak is pretty badass. To be fair, it'd make a better Avenger than Hawkeye.
You're probably right, although it's got as much personality, you'd have to say, wouldn't you?
More, I would say. Yeah, could you imagine that? If it was like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, Cloak. It just comes down.
That's got the magic, so it's fine.
Yeah. She could see Ghost Steven then, is what I've put.
Ghost Steven.
That's supposed to be Ghost Strange, I think.
Yeah. Oh, this is okay. So this is in the hospital again.
Yeah. So he's gone to the hospital. He sees his girlfriend. What's her name?
McAdams. No, sorry. Christine Palmer.
Christine. But he seems Palmer. Palmer. For some reason, he can walk in and go, "Operate on me," and then she could just like walk straight into a theatre without sanitizing or anything like that.
No, there's the theatres available.
The theatres available
in that corridor.
No sanitary required. She pops him down on the thing. She's just allowed to do whatever she needs to do, and she can also see Strange in the other dimension.
Yeah, like the sort of the ethereal version of him.
Ethereal. What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know why I said it. I knew as soon as I said it was going to be a problem. Into the ether. It's like
the ether. I don't understand. We're gonna have to talk about this later. The operating table scene is a bit weird, isn't it?
The fact that she can see him as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought was a bit weird because I thought the whole point was that can everyone see each other's spirits if they've been detached?
I don't know. Right, I get this. From now on, for some reason, I keep referring to the other dimension as the Netherworld. Do they call it that in the film at any point?
No, I'm pretty certain they don't call it the Netherworld.
That's from Minecraft, right? I think Harry talks about it all the time. So in my head now, I just call it the Netherworld. So that's what we're going to call it. You can fight in the Netherworld or whatever it's called. Oh, right, I do realise that I forgot it. And defibs give you power. Gossip. So he's getting a defibrillator.
It's powering him up.
It's powering him up to fight in what I've referred to as the Netherworld. Okay. Also, defibs can make hospital equipment explode. Yeah. What? I mean, that's pretty poor work, isn't it? Just if you turn the defibrillator up, everything in that room just explodes in sparks and stuff.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit much, this film, isn't it? This is where it starts to go fucking haywire, this film. Like, really goes downhill.
Well, it's because this is where it just starts to go from action sequence to action sequence that don't really work, I don't think.
Well, I've got a way of describing that later. I put, ha ha ha, Strange promoted to Master. His mate did not like that.
No, he was really unhappy about that.
That was probably my favourite bit of the film, that. Yeah. When they went, you are now Master Strange. And then, like, you see him in the background going, oh, for fuck's sake. That is the perfect summary of my work career. Me, I'm that guy. Just, oh, congratulations, this one's promoted now. Oh, for what about me? I'm sitting right here. I've been here for way longer.
I've been doing the whole thing. And it's just,
yeah. Ancient One dipping her toe into the dark realm, is she? And then I put, naughty. Right, Stanley cameo on the bus laughing at something. That was a weird cameo. So they both sort of land on the bus. I don't remember what's happening there. Chase scene. This all looks fantastic, but it's starting to feel like acting in front of a screensaver. There's no substance to it, is there?
That's the problem because of the whole, like, the fact that they're doing this in the other realm, as it were, and it's like everything is going crazy continuously.
Yeah.
It starts to feel like it hasn't got any stakes either.
Yeah.
Because you know that this is not happening in reality, as it were. It's like it's a different reality, and so you start to not care. I think is
you
the
totally
problem.
don't care. You're like, the fighting makes no sense because I don't know who's got what powers and what they can do. Right. The stakes are gone because there's no falling off buildings. There's none of that. Like, there's no grounded in. For all we know, in this dimension, no one feels pain. Like, it's absolutely not explained. Like, the rule sets are not there from the start. So it just becomes a mess.
It's just, there's no peril and there's no like connection with there's no connection with civilians either, like people that are just around or anything, which is something you get in the other films.
Can anyone see this going on? Or, because, I mean, she saw him in the operating theatre, so what's going on?
It's just all magic, isn't it?
Right. Ooh, she's got the symbol on her forehead. So Doctor Strange in the real world can still just pop into a theatre, can he? Oh, this is where Doctor Strange becomes the operator. Who's he trying to save here?
He's not trying to save anyone, is he, at this point?
He goes into theatre, doesn't he, for something?
No, because they keep going back to the hospital, don't they?
Yeah, they go back to the hospital, but then he goes and puts on scrubs and does something.
Oh, no. Is that when he... No, that isn't when he extracts the... No, that's another bit.
When he extracts the what?
No, because there's that whole bit... No, there's the whole bit where he trusts the other guy to remove the bullet.
That's right at the beginning.
No, that's not right at the beginning. No, because it's no. There's another bit where he removes like a piece of metal, but it's not. He doesn't actually do it. He doesn't. He talks to
but what's he allowed doing in there? Because he doesn't work there no more.
No, he doesn't. But
so why they just let him go in there? Did they?
Well, he's Doctor Strange,
dressed like that. Yeah. I'm not really digging this. The parameters of the different realms, the consequences, the rules to everything—they're not clear enough. Feels like anything can happen, so all the tension and intrigue is gone. Look, we agreed.
That's exactly what, exactly.
Wrote that down. Thank you. The cloak is great, though, and I do like Doctor Strange's backstory. I did like the backstory, that he was a doctor. That was pretty much it.
That's all the backstory, though. He's a doctor and he's an arsehole.
Yep. Apparently, I liked it at the time. Okay, this reversing time bit is absolutely brilliant. Right, okay.
Yeah, this was quite good, though.
Here.
Yeah.
So this last little bit of the film, this is where it gets excellent. Because I genuinely think the ending of this film is very, very, very good. I think you can break it into 4 quarters. The first 2 quarters, I'd say the first quarter is good. The second quarter is okay. The third quarter is appalling, right? The fourth quarter is very, very good. Like, I really, really liked how not only the visual effects, what was going on was quite clear, and the way they defeated the main bad guy, I thought was fantastic.
And also because by this point, like by the fourth by the fourth quarter of the film, as it were. It's like he has grown into the character as well, and it feels believable. I think, like the way that he defeats him, it works really well.
Yeah, totally right. Okay, so the reversing time stuff was great. This was when the bad guy is attacking the I don't know,
Hong Kong,
their base or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's specifically where they're keeping all the books and all that sort of stuff. He's just attacking it. This is the big bad guy, so not this is the one that we haven't even seen yet, is attacking it. And they've turned up too late, and now he's reversing time, and it just looks incredible. The Dark Realm looks like the coronavirus is what I've put here. Did you pick up on that?
Yeah, not really,
the visual representation of the coronavirus on the news. It's like a big purple ball with like blue things sprouting out.
Yeah, there was kind of virusy kind of
there was a lot of that.
About the whole thing.
I said, wait, is that Thanos in the Dark Realm? Oh no, maybe it's not. It wasn't. Strange dying over and over again. So this bit was fantastic. Right?
This is with Dormammu, the big bad, as it were, from the whole thing.
Yeah, and the whole idea was that I mean, I didn't totally get it. So he's reversing time and showing up again and again and again and again.
Yeah,
but like, why is because he's, I guess, like, why is the bad guy not just like walk off and go and do something else?
Because he can't, because he's locked into that space and that time at that moment. So he's locked
into the loop as well, right? So Strange has locked him into that loop, and he's just repeating it over and over again. He's dying over and over again, and must say this lost its way in the middle, but the ending is pretty great. Warning for a future film, perhaps. Oh,
yeah.
What do I mean by that?
I don't know, but this is why, as I said, this film is kind of necessary to see, because seeing Doctor Strange's powers and what he can do, it fits in with what's going to happen later with things, which is interesting. Ooh,
that was an Infinity Stone, was it? What was the Infinity Stone?
It's the Stone of Time. This one. Yeah,
and where was it being held?
It was they had it. The what's it called? The Magicians or whatever.
The Magicians. Oh, they mentioned it, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they were protecting it. That was.
Hold on. If the other one was the Mind Stone, what the fuck was this one? Is what I wrote. But right, it's the Time Stone. That makes total sense. So far, we're now aware of the Mind Stone, which is in Vision's head.
Yeah. We've got the Time Stone.
Time Stone, which is, what's it's got now in his? Oh, it's in his little. That's where it is. It's in his little necklace, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's how he brings necklace. It out. Yeah.
Yep. What other ones are we aware of at this point?
Right. So we've got. I need to look at my list.
Tesseract.
Right.
The Tesseract.
That was the. Was that the? No, that wasn't the Mind Stone. That was the. Hang on, let's have a look. Oh, see, I had these listed earlier.
I'm just checking my notes, my book on Infinity Stones. Let me just check. I've got my first book of Infinity Stones here in front of me.
Yeah. Right. So.
Yeah.
These are okay. So we had the Space Stone, which is the Tesseract.
Right. So where's that at the moment? I'm trying to remember where that is.
That we don't know where that has gone, because that's gone missing.
Who's lost that?
That's part of the film later on.
Oh right, but who's lost it? Someone's lost it, hasn't he? Is it Hawkeye? Was he supposed to look after it?
No, it was. No, because I can't tell you, because it will ruin what's coming.
Then. Yeah.
Then we got the Mind Stone, which was Loki's scepter.
Yeah. So and that's totally in his head now.
Yeah. The Reality Stone, and that was the one that was from Thor: The Dark World, which was the ether thing that.
That was rubbish. That one. Okay.
Yeah. Then you got the Power Stone.
Didn't they give that to? They gave that to the Collector.
Yeah, the Collector got that.
Which was attacked by. Who attacked the Collector's base? Because the Collector's base was blown up.
Yeah, and then it's not. So, I mean, Thanos gets it, I think, from the Collector. But it's not clear how. But yeah, we'll see. Right. Then there's the Power Stone, which was from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Who's got that now? The Collector as well? Thanos now,
yes, I think, yes, because no, they've got it. The Guardians have got it at the moment.
What they could do with that? Oh, yeah, that little sphere thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because he kept it, didn't he? And he
that's right.
Yeah, rather than giving it to...
Giving it to the Blue Man. Windu.
And then you got the Time Stone, which is the one that we've just seen.
Yep.
And then that's as far as we got. There's still more. But yeah.
Okay. Yep. That was certainly one of the weaker films, wasn't it? I don't think it explained things well enough before the big scenes. I like Strange as a character. I like his story, and the cape was great. But yeah, it fell a bit flat after that. I've put Harry's mark out of 10, 7.5.
Wow, okay, I'd have given it a 4 or something like that.
This is it. I mean, Harry's just got no. That's very low for Harry. That might be the lowest one he's given.
Yeah, I think it is. I'll be honest. I preferred the Incredible Hulk over this.
Honestly. I did not. No way.
I thought the Incredible Hulk was a better film.
Really?
It was, maybe the first half of it. But,
I put favourite bit. The cloak tries to tickle him. That was what Harry said was the favourite bit. Right, credit scene. Strange chatting to Thor. Thor and beer is great. That's what I've written. Yeah. So that's when he keeps refilling. Second credit scene, workshop. Okay, this is a big build-up. Oh no, Strange mate's gone bad. Yeah, that was rough to watch.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that, and also that, yeah.
He turns into a bad guy and then just takes that power away from the guy who's paralysed.
Rips it out of him. Yeah, he'd like gained that power, like control of that power to like heal himself.
And then he was like, totally did the groundwork to make it okay for him to become that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Did they?
No, I don't think so. Not in this film.
Pretty weird, wasn't it?
I mean, aside from if you're saying that he felt slighted by the fact that Strange was kind of promoted over him. Could you imagine
if that was it? If that was the reason, he'd become master before me. So
I'm gonna go and do some evil.
Yeah, just like that was a bit weird. So yeah, bit disappointing, man.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, I after watching this, I didn't enjoy it much, actually. I found it. I think you're right. I mean, the final part of the film is quite good. I mean, there's another whole conversation around this film as well that I don't know if you're aware of.
Absolutely not aware of it. I don't know anything.
So it's all based around the Ancient One,
right?
Because the reason for this is because originally the Ancient One was a Tibetan man in the comics.
Right.
You see. So then the writer, who's Christopher Cargill, decided to change this because he didn't want it to be, like he said, he changed it to a non-Asian character, and he gave 2 reasons for this. So the first reason he gave was he said that this was to avoid, like, there's like the, you know what I mean by like the Fu Manchu like stereotype stuff.
Go on.
This is like Asian, like bad guy Asians, like in films, like
okay,
from a long time ago.
Yeah.
So there was that, and then also the fact that it's Tibetan as well, which is problematic when it comes to. I mean, at this time in particular, Marvel's still trying to get into China as well. Like they're still trying to show their films there.
So is it because it's right? I see.
And so there was that reason. So then they cast Tilda Swinton instead because they were like, we wanted to go with a woman instead. We thought this would be sort of more interesting way to do this. But then they were then accused of whitewashing, you see, because you've got like a major Asian character who is then recast as like a, as a white person again.
But how can they say, oh, we want to avoid the, evil Asian character stereotype when the Ancient One actually turns out to be not evil? Yeah,
not really evil. I know. It doesn't make any sense, really.
That's a bullshit. That's bullshit then, isn't it?
And then also, I mean, more recently, like Tilda Swinton has said that she regrets like taking the role as well, from this because it is the whitewashing sort of issue with this. But it's
it's clear that this was to get if there's political reasons about getting into China that would mean that they avoided this, and that's what they've done it for then, isn't it?
And it's quite funny because there hasn't been any Marvel films for quite a long time that have come out in China now because there's often issues that they have with the films. That are, for various reasons they don't let them be shown, and but this was not one of them. This was actually shown, I think, in the end. And I mean, the director he said what I did was the lesser of 2 evils, but it's still an evil. But it's a complicated, messed up kind of issue. It is a
complicated, messed up problem. I think if you're gonna argue that you're doing it for artistic reasons over business reasons. That then come up with better. No, don't even. No, that sounds awful. It sounds like I'm saying, "Hey, man, you could have lied better." Like, it's just it's shitty, isn't it? It's shitty. Yeah, really.
They've had this problem for a while because there was also the issue with the Mandarin as well. Because the Mandarin that we've seen so far with like Iron Man and everything.
The Mandarin, yes,
you remember the Mandarin,
I do.
Tony Slattery and everything, and how that's not the real Mandarin because the real Mandarin is like an Asian character, but then also there are problems with the original depictions of that because that is like the sort of Fu Manchu kind of stereotype.
Right,
it's terrible. So they're really. Yeah, they're trying to figure out how to deal with this at the moment because it's.
Yeah, I mean, the answer is if you're not getting your films into China anyway, then you've just got to, like, they're making enough money from these films.
Yeah.
Do you get to the point where you go, fuck that?
It's that, but it's also it's not just political reasons. It's cultural reasons as well. Like there are real. Issues here, like particularly with things like I said, like the Fu Manchu stereotype and stuff like that. It's that
but that wasn't the case here, though, was it at all?
No, I don't think so. But it's complicated and
really is. It really is, and it's not really. We're not in a position to dissect it because we two white men. Do you know what I mean? We can't unpack that.
Even the other day, there's an uproar going on at the moment about the trailer for the new Doctor Strange film, actually, like in China, because in the trailer, for a brief second, you can see in the background like Chinese characters for a newspaper, which is called the Epoch Times, which is basically like an anti like Chinese government newspaper, but it also has links with this like religious cult called Falun Gong and all this kind of stuff. And so the people like Chinese netizens have kind of gone crazy about this, saying like, look, they're trying to brainwash people and all this kind of stuff. But the thing is, you go to New York, there are a lot of like adverts for that around because it is a newspaper that you can just buy there. It's it's super complicated. All this,
shit.
But anyway, I mean, overall, as I said, I don't rate this film terribly highly, but it is still kind of important.
That must be bottom of your list.
I think it is actually. I think it is bottom of my list. Yeah, which is crazy because you think Thor
is the Incredible Hulk, isn't it? I would say this is better than Thor: The Dark World.
Really?
Oh, that was a stinker, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that bad. There were some funny bits in it, at least. You know.
I've got to think about where I'm placing it. I'm not going to tell you until later on.
Okay. Well, no, I mean, as I said, I don't think this is. This might be the bottom, but I watched this, and what we'd watched before this, we'd seen like Civil War, which was brilliant, and even like Ant-Man, I think, is significantly better than this film.
Yeah,
like,
Ant-Man's better than this film.
It's funny, at least, you know.
Yeah.
But at least what we got next is good. So that's
well, this is it. And again, so many people some people have to know that I'm doing this, right? And they're interested to see what films I've got next. And the people that I've spoken to that know that I've got Guardians 2 next go, it's not as good as the first. But like, there's part of me that's just like, I like those characters so much that I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to try and hold this up to be, hey, this is going to be as brilliant as the first one. Mm-hmm. I just want to be in their company again for a couple of hours. So I'm quite looking forward to it. Wow, we are really starting to get into the meat of these films, aren't we?
No, we really are. I mean, and now the fortunate thing is now we're over Doctor Strange. With the exception of one other film, I think the rest of these are all pretty
shut
good.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll watch that and I'll call you next week.
Okay.
All right, goodbye, James.
Bye-bye.
My Doctor Strange.
Thanks. It's magic. It's magic.
The magic realm.